So coming back to the study of history and medieval India, what is it about the medieval period that is so irksome to Hindutva ideologues? Why do they constantly need to revile it in the popular imagination, in their speeches, in the attempted history rewriting? What is it about the medieval Indian period that is so problematic for them?
Well, I feel that partly the reason during the national movement was political. It was difficult to be Deshbhakt, as they call themselves now, when the British Raj was there. But it was easier to be a Hindu or a Muslim, communalist. And therefore, you make Muslims your enemy and collect all the kind of material that you have. And then also the caste system. Now, I will for instance give an example. There are many theories of the origin of the Rajputs. I am not going into them. But the Rajputs are seen as resisting the Muslims.
Yeah.
But they are not descendants of the old Kshatriyas. So, where did they come from? So, Dashath Sharma gave an explanation. They are actually Brahmans who, seeing that Kshatriyas had failed to stem Muslims, now took arms and therefore became Rajputs. Now, this is the now the RSS version. Now, why not a Shudra and a Vaishya? Why he should not take arms and become a Rajput? No, only a higher caste can become a Rajput. You can see in this explanation the working of the caste system. So, the caste system is there, and then of course, how did the lower caste come? Because the Muslims oppressed those who had resisted them. Now, the RSS had been saying it for some time, Bhagwat had said it, and now it was repeated to a few days ago by a BJP official. And therefore, the scheduled castes or the Dalits have arisen. In other words, to place everything bad during the medieval period. We forgot all our science because we were suppressed in the medieval period. Otherwise, we would have practically a modern revolution. In fact, many others directly or indirectly support the view. For instance, Ramvilas Sharma unfortunately also supported this view. So, this is and the Ayodhya judgment,
Yeah.
Agarwal's judgment says Muslim rulers or foreigners who sent wealth abroad. Well, where is the example of their sending wealth abroad? I mean, they were not like British who ruled from London, they did not rule from Kabul or Samarkand. So, whether Rajas or Badshahs, they all looted, but the loot was in the country. So, this is the kind of ideas that they develop and they justify. You can see it in their textbook for medieval India, in which, for example, the fact that Bahmani kings, many of them were murdered, is highlighted, whereas the fact that at every Vijayanagar emperor's death, some 300 to 500 women were forcibly burnt, is not even mentioned. So, this is the kind of history, one-sided history they are projecting.